Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Tuesday, August 22nd, and we are on vacation. But we're still giving you a great chunk of content, because that's how we roll here. Mark, what we should have done is just rerun shows, but it's just not as much fun. And that's what most people do. They like re-air episodes.
Well, there'll be a couple of those, but the bulk of it is going to be new.
Yeah. I mean, if we have a great guest, I have no problem re-airing it. That's just fun to go back and listen to that. But if it's, I don't know, we have a lot of people who want to talk to us. So let's try to get it done. If you are in that queue of people who would like to talk to us and get on the air, just go to jillonmoney.com, click the contact us button, check the box if you want to join us live. Mark does everything else. While you're on the website, don't forget, sign up for Jill on Money Live. That's access to quarterly live webinars and lots more bonus content. Oh, support my cycle for the cause. Mark, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is when I get these $5 donations and it says like, podcast listener, go Jill. It's amazing. So thank you. Of course, if you're really rich and we've changed your life for the better, then give more, but give whatever you can. We're very happy to take that. And yeah, 275 miles. I did a huge ride yesterday, so I'm getting there. I'm getting in shape. I'm going to do probably, what did I decide, Mark? Because I can't do it live, 275 in the first 2 weeks of September. I think I'm going to try to do that. I may end up doing it like last week of August, first week of September, because I'll have some time. Anyway, we would be very grateful if you donated to the Cycle for the Cause. And anything else that you want to find about me, about Mark on the website, just go to jillonmoney.com. Today, we are joined by Steve. He's on the line from Pennsylvania. Hi, Steve. What's going on, man?
Excited and anxious, but willing to. Hey, look, I love your show. It's so unique. So I'm really interested in your input on where my things look.
Okay, let's go. Who are you? You look gorgeous because I see your picture. So what's going on? How can we make you look even better?
Hit my 30 years of employment with the job that I do and looking to see the options. I sent you some numbers on what it will look like to get out. Really, I'm not sure sometimes what am I doing and where am I positioned. I think I'm smart until I listen to your show and I realize I don't know anything.
I don't want that to be the takeaway. Oh, I know bupkis. You've got 30 years into a job. Is it a job that will allow you to claim a pension?
It will, yes.
What will your pension benefit be?
In 20 months, my pension should be around $6,000 a month.
That's great. Does it include health care?
It does not.
Okay. So how old are you, Steve?
I am 53.
Oh, you're young. My God. Do you have a spouse, a partner?
I have a spouse. She works basically part-time. There will be an incentive from the union to put $750 a month towards health insurance upon retirement for whatever plan I end up in.
I mean, honestly, that's still a reasonable amount of money to be paying. Does your wife intend, let's pretend it's 20 months from now, would your wife want to call it quits also, or would she keep working?
I would have to drag her kicking and screaming away from that job. She loves it.
Oh, that's awesome. How old is she?
She's 54.
How much does she earn in part-time work?
About $32,000 a year.
Oh, that's great. Does she get benefits herself?
She does not.
Okay. So you're covering her benefits. So in 20 months, what happens in terms of healthcare? You guys have to go to the marketplace, basically?
COBRA would carry me for the year and a half. And then with the union benefits should kick in after that with the $750 a month towards whatever I end up with.
Okay. So that's great. Now, Steve, can you guys live on your $75,000 a year plus her 32? Can you guys actually pay your bills? Like, how does it look for you?
We live in a cave and it should be fine.
It's a very nice cave. I'm sort of thinking Fred and Wilma. That's the interior that I'm considering. Do you guys have kids?
They're ready to launch.
Oh, great. And let's talk about the cave. How much is the cave worth?
About where are we at? About $385 right now.
Okay. Any mortgage remaining?
105.
What's the interest rate on that mortgage?
That's right. I listen to you every day. We ended up at 4. We were considering moving until we really started looking at the numbers for this. So we thought we were going to move. It turns out we're stuck. We're going to be staying here.
For a little bit. For a little bit.
She loves her job, so she wants to stay there forever.
All right. Well, she's the boss, man. Come on. let's think about this. When you retire, tell me about what money you will have saved. So you're going to get this pension. I'm not even talking about what you're going to do because in 20 months, you're still young. What's in the savings? Let's start with retirement. What do you have saved in retirement assets?
If I called my Fidelity account,
Yep.
retirement asset, that'll be 180.
Okay, great. And what about other stuff? What else do you have saved? Do you have a Roth or a traditional? Does your wife have a retirement account?
So 10K in an I bond.
Okay, good.
16,000 in checking, 90,000 in cash. That's for me. The wife has 19,000, half Roth, half IRA, 5,000 I bond,
Okay.
12,000 cash.
All right, that's great. I mean, how much money do you actually spend, really? I mean, you said you live in a cave, but what do you think you really spend?
I'm glad you asked that because we keep on breaking that down, and that's where I wrote in my email to you saying I'm losing my mind. I look at the numbers, and I think we're coming in around less than 5,000 a month we're spending. And I'm not looking for any grandiose retirement. I'm not looking to travel the world. I'm just looking to not go to work.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this. If that's your metric, if you're at $5,000 a month and you're going to be getting $6,000 a month starting in 20 months, I think the math is pretty obvious. You're great. You're in great shape. And if you never want to work again, that's pretty amazing. I guess the question really will be for you. Do you really think that, when you're 55 and your wife is 56, maybe she's going to be like, she's working. What are you going to do with yourself? Are you going to sit around and spend all your money? I doubt it. This is what I would say. I know what you do and no one else does, but it's a very high pressure job, ladies and gentlemen. So what I would say is you are certainly entitled and you can afford to retire in 20 months. I think what you should really consider though is, am I really going to be okay not doing anything? Because you could live for 40 years. You could. And does your retirement pension have a cost of living adjustment associated with it?
I've spoken to the old guys who have retired, and the cost of living isn't predictable. So it did pop up, once in 6 or 7 years.
Okay. So, I mean, the only reason why you have savings at this point is to make sure that you're able to keep pace with inflation. And that's what your investing is doing. I think that you're in very good shape. Now, one other question is, when you said $6,000 a month, if you drop dead the day after you started the pension, would your wife get $6,000 a month, or is there some other thing that we need to be thinking about?
It would be a prorated amount if I chose that option on the payout.
You're probably going to have to choose that option because we cannot saddle her with, 30. Oh, good luck, honey. Hope that 32 grand goes a long way.
Jill, she's going to have a house sitting there. She's going to be able to catch. She's going to have a house
in a second. Let me tell you what she's going to have. She's going to have a house and a much wealthier next husband. I think you're going to have to at least consider taking a survivor benefit that is a joint and even a 50%. If you looked at the joint and 50% survivor so that she would get $3,000 a month, that is probably would be very helpful for her. And you should consider it. Do you have any life insurance on you?
I do with the job. That'll leave when I go.
I think you should take a look at that. Do you have those numbers? The joint and the joint in 100%, the joint in 50%. Let's look at those numbers.
I could look at those. I've considered it. It would be a lower payout for me monthly, but
how much lower? I mean, if it's like $5,800 a month or $5,600, you can float that. How much is your Social Security benefit estimated to be?
Whatever is a lot for me. I looked with 3,200, something like that.
Yeah, that seems right. And then she gets half of yours, or maybe she'll have her own. We'll see what's more. I mean, you guys are in fine shape. You know why? Because A, you saved, and B, you don't spend a lot of money, and your cave is done beautiful by you. So don't get rid of your 4% mortgage. Let her keep working. The longer she works, the better the plan works. So you should be encouraging that. And then you can sit around and eat your bonbons and do whatever you do in Pennsylvania.
Should my cash be sitting where it is?
Well, you got 90 grand in cash, right? You should have 40 or 50 that's accessible because that's like the right amount.
Thank you. I need to know that.
Yeah, 40 to 50 is the right amount, but make sure it's earning. Get it in a high yield savings account. Why give the money away? And you can put it you can put 20 grand in a 6 month or 12 month. I just saw a 6 month CD offer, right? From JP Morgan Chase of all places, like the worst possible rates. New money, 6% for a 6 month CD. Because you're going to want to have some cash available to you when you're done in 20 months. So I don't think you have to put the 90 at risk. I would for sure get it working a little bit more for you. Okay. I love that you are kind of testing yourself, and that's good. And I really think that you are in a place where, you've worked your butt off and you deserve to retire. And again, making sure that you are not like if all of a sudden you retire and you're like, oh my God, I thought we were $5,000 a month. We're at $8,000. If for some reason those numbers start changing, get back in touch with us. Then we have a problem. But at $5,000 a month, you're fine. And you're certainly fine once you start receiving Social Security. You're fine anyway. If your wife decides like, you know what, I'm going to work till I'm 65. You've got like made in the shade. You'll be traveling the world all of a sudden. You'll be like, I don't want to travel the world. Then you will be. It'll be a good thing.
I have a boat. I don't have to go anywhere.
Oh, you're one of those. All right. Well, go get, you'll spend money on your boat, but you're in good shape, man. You really are. And I think that you can do this. Do you guys have your estate documents? You got a will? Do you have a power of attorney? Do you have a healthcare proxy?
We have a sloppy will, which means we need to go and fix that, firm that thing up.
Yeah, firm that up, especially because you've got kids and, you're young. Life's weird. So let's get that tightened up.
So the whole intention would be all those numbers I listed would just be to let them sit and grow and just live off that pension check.
You betcha. You betcha. And not touch them. Not touch a darn thing until you're forced to. We'll see. Stay in touch. You'll let me know how things are going. Maybe there'll be an idea here where we say, let's start taking some of the pre-tax money out. Let's take some IRA money out and pay the tax now. Before there is a case to be made that you should be pulling a little bit of money out before you receive Social Security, because you'll be in a tax bracket that's affordable. And you'll just say, you know what? That's fine. We're in the 22% tax bracket. We'll take some of the money out. This will be when you're 60 or 65 years old. You know what? But we'll have to see what the law is at the time and where tax rates are. But for now, it's like you're in the autopilot mode.
So I should buy that car before I retire.
What kind of car? Don't be telling me that I made fun of some guy. I'm like, what kind of car do you have? Because a Ram truck. I'm like, oh, you're a man. What kind of car do we have to buy?
No, anything. My car right now is 13 years old with 185,000 miles on it.
That's how I roll, Steve. If you're going to buy a car, then sure. Like, yes, buy it now. You have some cash, and then maybe that's what you do. You say, you know what? I got to spend some of the money. I don't want to finance it like a ding dong and pay like 7% for a car loan. So maybe you say, yeah, I'm going to take some of the money out, and while I'm still working and making as much as I'm making, maybe I'll get that car and get it done before I retire because I can pay for it. All right, Steve. I'm going to free you to go and get the next 20 months tightened up. And I really thank you for giving us a holler, and we wish you the very best. If you have any follow-up questions, and you may have one after you get that pension number, just get back in touch with us. But do send that to us because I'm interested. Okay.
And Jill, before you go,
yeah,
what makes you strong is I think you're pretty intuitive.
You think?
Well, that's what makes you a little bit different from the other people out there.
I'm a people person, Steve, baby. That's me.
And a New Yorker, so I don't know if that goes together.
All right. So I am absolutely delighted that you got in touch with us. And Intuitive Jill is going to be my new moniker. Take care of yourself and be careful. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. If you, like Steve and his wife, you're counting down the days, 20 months, 19 months, 18 months. Give us a holler. Let us know. JillOnMoney.com is the website. And you can click the Contact Us button, send us your note. And if you say you want to come on the air, Mark will do everything else. We just talked to Steve from his cell phone outside of his workplace, and it seemed to work beautifully. So just make sure you have a good signal, and we'll be happy to get you on the air with us. Hey, go to the website, JillOnMoney.com. All of our content lives there. We love, love, love hearing from you, and we love this part of our work lives. It's so much fun to just chat with you. So thanks a bunch. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.